بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد إن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله تعالى وأحسن الهدى هدى محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Inshallah, tonight we will talk about a topic most of you, I don't think you hear about it in any mosque or any places, because one of the taboo here, nobody talk about it because the lack of knowledge about it, or people are scared to talk about it. And the topic is the jinn and how they affect the life of the Muslims. And a lot of people, they have a problem with that. Some of them, they don't even know they have a problem because nobody tell them anything, or they learn how they diagnose it or how they deal with it. And the majority of the Muslims, they don't even know how to protect themselves and their children and what they have. It's a serious topic, inshallah. We'll try to cover as much as we can, inshallah ta'ala. And I remember the last time I talked about this topic is almost 20 years ago in the same place here. And we start after Asr, and I left the mosque 11 o'clock. And there is a lineup after. Everybody has a problem. And I know a lot of people, they have a problem. But like I said, they don't even know how to deal with. And all the mental problem or the mental sickness people have, it's related to jinn, no matter what people are thinking. And some of even the medical problems are related to jinn too. Sihr can cause a lot of physical problem. I dealt with people has dialysis, people has cancers, people has ulcers, people has a problem in the thyroid gland, people has so many things, and it's caused by sihr. And the autism, one of the famous problem people have, children have, it's caused by sihr. And the panic attack, you hear about it, it's a jinn attack. And most of the crazy things happen, if you remember, most of the shooting happen in state, people, they say, I hear noise, I hear voices to tell me to do what I'm gonna do. It's a serious matter. And because most of us, we deviate away from the teaching of the Prophet ﷺ, that's why we become vulnerable to this stuff. Very rare people who take care of the adhkar, they say the adhkar in the morning, or they leave the houses, or they make adhkar for their children before they leave the houses, before they sleep, and so on. And if you don't do that, you are vulnerable, and the jinn can hurt you. The first point, inshallah, I try to cover is there is 3 types of the problems between jinn and a human in general. The one is, we call it a mess. The mess is the touch, if you translate it, direct translation. But the mess of the jinn it's caused by the jinn himself. Nobody order him to go and do that action. He go by himself. And most of the time happen to the children when they are young, and they grow with that. And later when they become adult, it causes mental problem and mental issue to them. And the second topic is the magic, the sihr, and that caused by somebody go to a sihr, magician, ask him to do something. Either make a problem to somebody or cause him sickness and stuff. And if you watch the internet now, compare the time I talked about it 20 years ago, there's no internet that time it covered. Now if you go and watch, you will amazed and you will shock in the same time what people do with the sihr. Yeah, they go to the magician, say, I want to make this person sick, cause him dialysis, lose his kidney, both, and it happened. Make suicide, kill himself. Make this lady don't get children. Each time she gets pregnant, within 3 months, he lose the child, miscarriage. Or cause the child born with problems. All these can cause by sihr. And what the sahir write on the sihr, the jinn goes and do it. Because the person who target is not protect himself. And even if he protect himself, he will follow him for certain times until he find the time, right time, and he possessed him. The mess happen when people invite jinn to live with them. And I will tell you how. Usually the jinn, they don't like to live with a human. They live in the desert, abandoned places, abandoned houses. That's before. But now, we invite them to live with us. Not only live with us, we give them everything. We give them food, we give them shelter, we give them... How we do that? Because of the sins we do in our houses. If your house has music all the time, or have pictures and statues, that's invitation for jinn to come to live with you, no matter what you think. I don't know, the Somali culture, maybe you don't have statues or something like that, but wallahi, I visit some Muslim, you will never believe how many statues they have, tamathil, they have there in their houses. Or this picture for my grandfather or my grandmother or my husband or whatever. These things make the jinn live with you inside the house. And if you invite them to live with you, there's a good chance they will possess you. They might have love to you. They might infect the women or the father or the husband because they like him. Because when you take your clothes, you don't say Bismillah, they can't see you. And they might fall in love with you, or with your wife, or with your daughter. But the Prophet ﷺ says, and that's what I said, we don't follow the teaching of the Prophet ﷺ, we are vulnerable. The Prophet ﷺ says, when you take your clothes and you say Bismillah, jinn cannot see you, they cannot see you. But if you don't, they see you. And I treat a lot of cases like that, right? And children, the most group of people infected by mess because they are vulnerable. Usually they don't say adkar. Some of them, they don't have fully tahara in the body. They are vulnerable. That's why the Prophet ﷺ says, when the Maghrib comes, keep your children inside because the shayateen goes out. Why he specified with the children? Because they are vulnerable and they might possessed by the jinn in that certain time. But if the jinn live with you, because you invite them to live with you, because of all the sin you done in your place, yeah, definitely they will possess your children, and you don't even know. You find your child become aggressive, become active too much, and making trouble, and always be in trouble in school and with his brother and sister and stuff like that. You don't even know. Some of you take him to psychiatrist and he starts bombing him with the chemical and with this medication until he blow his liver, right? And you don't know, he has jinn on him. That's one of the problem we have as a Muslim community in general. And with some people, they say, why only the Muslim complain about this? And I heard somebody, he's a Kuwaiti guy, he said, I don't believe the jinn can possess a human. I lived in America for 8 years and I never saw American with sihr or something like that. Yeah, because this idiot, he lived 8 years. I guarantee you, he never dealt with any locals from the American But go check the hospitals. Go check the psychiatrists and people who deal with the mental problems. They don't call it jinn or call it magic, but they call it something else. Does not mean it's not exist with them. It exists. And I treat some non-Muslim people. And they react to the Quran, they don't even know what I'm saying. But the jinn know. Wallahi know the Arabic word more than the Arab. Anyway, that's the first thing. Try to clean your environment from all the things the Prophet ﷺ said don't do. All these sins, like picture in the house, music, all this stuff. That will bring into your house. And sooner or later will cause you a problem. Either you know or you don't know. And don't complain about your kids, why they become like that. Why all of a sudden my son or my daughter drop in school. All of a sudden he was good and all of a sudden he dropped. Yeah, look for these reasons. But the big things is the sihr. And the sihr exists, and it's more easier now to become a magician like ever. Now if you go to internet, there's a YouTube to show you how you commit sihr, how you write the codes to invite the shayateen to do what you want. Yeah, and some books, you cannot find them in most of the countries, Muslim countries, because they are not allowed to sell. You find them on the internet, you could download them. Easy to learn about sihr. I dealt with a Turkish brother, a young guy. He told me, one time I get curious, I want to learn about this. I went searching in the internet and I find a site and I follow the steps they told me to do to learn about this. And all of a sudden, they make him married to a jinniya, and that jinniya destroy his life. Yeah. And the magicians, they are here. Don't tell me we are in Canada, there is no magicians here. No, they are. Wallahi, they are. Wallahi, every single word I say, I'm responsible for it. Wallahi, some imams in some mosques, they do sihr. Wallahi, there is a person, he lead the Taraweeh and he a magician at the same time. Don't tell me how, but it happened. And not only if there is no magician here, does not mean they cannot do something to you. Now you know there is a facial recognition that the security, they use it in the airport or in the police or something. They recognize you through your face. Jinn too, your picture. You put your children in the WhatsApp or Facebook. Oh, that's my husband, that's my kid. Oh, my child memorized the Quran, and you put his picture in the internet or yourself or whatever. These pictures, they can use it to send sihr to you from overseas without any immigration paper. He come to you here. And you pay the price for nothing. They use your voice. Wallahi, I treat a lady, they done sihr to her through a voice message, a WhatsApp voice message. Because every single person has his own voice. Like you have a fingerprint, you have a voice print. Like you have your facial recognition, the same thing. Everybody has his own through your voice. And I want to scare you. I want you to scare tonight. Because if you don't scare, you don't take that matter serious. And I want to scare you to take this matter serious. Take care yourself of your family, your kids. Allah's family broken because of this, for the sihr. And lots of people are sick because of sihr. And I challenge anybody who want to challenge me on this. I give him number for people I treat. Some people with cancers, some people dialysis, ulcers, all kind of sickness in the body. It can't caused by sihr. If the sahir write down in the sihr, cause his sihr al-marad, the sickness, and the jinn goes and cause sihr to that person, cause sickness or any kind of medical problem, right? Yeah, destroy your business. A lot of people, they have business, all of a sudden the business go down, he cannot make money, and he bankrupt. Cause accident, suicide, so many things. Drop in school, children drop in school. It's there. If you don't know about it, you check around, you might have it and you don't even know about it. I want you to take this matter serious and try to protect your kids, your family. Everybody want to share his happiness or what he accomplished. That's a human nature. But don't share it with everybody. Don't share it with everybody. Choose the people who you share these information or these kind of things with them. Because if you share it with everybody and you make it public in the internet, anybody can use it. Anybody can use it against you. They can put sihr in food, in drink, in perfume. I have a brother, they send him a clock like this from Saudi Arabia. It has sihr in it. They put sihr in the toys. They send it to your children, toys. Perfume, bukhur, that's one of the easy things. Anybody give you a gift, it's not sealed from the manufacturer, that means the wrap is still there. Yeah, it's better don't use it. Or you will pay the price. Yeah. Lots of people has a problem inside their house, between husband and wife, between children. Why my children don't listen to me? Why they don't do good? Why I try to teach them this and they ignore me? Yeah, look for the reasons. The shaitan making qasam to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, لَأَقْعُدَنَّ لَهُمْ صِرَاطَكَ الْمُسْتَقِيمِ. But the shaitan and his people will do anything to push Muslim away from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you always be vigilant. People send sihr from overseas to here to send you a gift or something, clothes or something like that. And it has sihr. They can use any things you touch, your DNA in it, they can use it. But if you protect yourself, you've done everything in your power to protect yourself and you protect your family, nobody will, wallahi, nobody can do anything to you. But there's things you have to do. Like now it's minus 11, 15 outside, you cannot go short sleeve. Nobody will go outside. But you go outside the house, you don't even mention nothing, you don't even say Bismillah, tawakkaltu ala Allah. You ask him for trouble. But you cannot go outside, it's minus 11, you have to wear your coat and everything because the cold. Same thing, even this thing is worse than the cold. If you go outside your house without you make an adkar, you sit in your car without mentioning the adkar. Why the Prophet ﷺ teach us all these things? Why? Every single action you do in life, there is a dua before it and after. Why? For a reason. First, you always connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You always know your job to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Second thing, to protect you. And I will give you one example. Small dua and what that dua can do to your day. If you leave your house and you say Bismillah, tawakkaltu ala Allah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Right? No, everybody knows this dua? How long it take to say this dua? Bismillah, tawakkaltu ala Allah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. 3 seconds. But what you get? The Prophet ﷺ says, if you said that, you granted hidayah, wa kifaya wa wiqaya. 3 things. Kifaya, protection. And guidance. Yeah, protection and guidance. All of it. Hidayah wa kifaya wa wiqaya. Allah will take care of anything you want to do. 3 things. Kifaya wa hidayah wa wiqaya. That's if you say that. And what happened after? There is a shaitan waiting for you outside your house. He said to the other one, he said, there is no way to this person because he granted kifaya, hidayah, and wiqaya, and they leave you alone. That's if you say that dua. But if you don't, what happened? No kifaya, no wiqaya, no hidayah. And those shayateen waiting for you outside, what they will do? They leave you or they hold you from each side? That's what will happen. You are vulnerable. And that's one dua. If you say it, what happened to you? What you get out of that? Imagine you always say your dua in the morning and afternoon and before you sleep and before you eat and so on. Wallahi, you say your adhkar in the morning, it's important. And your kids say in the dua in the morning, it's important. Then you eat your breakfast. If you don't eat, what's going to happen to you? Nothing. You could survive whole day. But if you don't say the adhkar in the morning, you can't. You don't know what will happen to you. A very simple dua. If you say it in this place, أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق, the Prophet ﷺ, nothing will harm you in this place. Nothing. You know what nothing mean? If this collapse, wallahi, Allah will take you out of that. Wallahi. Because of this dua, if I don't say this dua, alhamdulillah, I say it in every place. Any door I open, I say, أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. No matter what the place is, even a mosque. Wallahi, because of this dua, I was alive here talking to you. Because of this dua. So many things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved me from because of this dua. And your kids, you take them to school, you say the dua with them, and they say after you. What's the problem with that? You teach them. After a while, they memorize it and they will say it. They don't need you, but you protect them. And your wife, when you leave your house, you say, استودعكم الله الذي لا تضيع ودائعه. Wallahi, nothing will happen to them. You know why? Because you put them in the trust of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet ﷺ says, Allah will never disappoint anybody who has trust on Him. When you say, استودعكم الله الذي لا تضيع ودائعه, when you leave your house, your car, your things you left behind, you say, استودعكم الله الذي لا تضيع ودائعه. Nothing will happen to that things you left behind. Nothing. I guarantee you that. Not because of me, because the Prophet ﷺ. لأن الله سبحانه وتعالى said, the Prophet ﷺ said, إن الله إذا استودع شيئا حفظه. And when you put that things on the trust of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will protect it. Your car, your house, your coats, anything you leave behind, what's the problem with that? How hard it is. You say, استودعك الله الذي لا تضيع ودائعه. Nothing. But so on and so forth. That's how important these du'as for your life. Wallahi, if you know what I know, people, the problem that they have, wallahi, you will take this matter serious, very serious, very serious. People have sickness, people commit suicide, people kill themselves, people have problems, paralyzed, dialysis, cancers, all of these because of sihr. All of sihr. And all the mental problem people has, it's a jinn problem. There is no not mental problem. There is no stuff. Okay, if you go to the psychiatrist or doctor, what he will do? He bomb you with the chemical to balance the chemical in the brain and basically play with your body, and they blow your liver in the end of it, and nothing will happen. They make you paralyzed basically. Nothing will happen. Yeah. And I long time ago, we have a company, somebody work with us. He's not Muslim. He's a Christian, Filipino. He has a daughter. She has what they call it is Sara, something, I forget the word. Epilepsies. She has 26 epilepsy every day. She's young, maybe 7 years old. Epilepsy when the person loses control and he become like this. Yeah, that's epilepsy. She has 26 every day. One time he told me I have to go and pick up my daughter from school. When I saw her hands is burned, like it come out of fire. I told him what happened. He said the doctor changed the dose of the drug she take, and that change caused her has burning in her skin. And I told him, bring me water. I read some Quran in the water and I give it to him. I told him, just wash it with her every day. The epilepsies dropped from 26 to 3 times a day because of this. And he's not even Muslim. So all the mental sickness is caused by jinn. All of it. I guarantee you that. Autism, 100% jinn. But most of the kids have autism, the mother has a sihr. Because they do sihr to the mother to lose her child. And if any woman, listen to me, she has a miscarriage within 3 months, I guarantee you 100% it's a jinn related. But if they failed to kill the child, the fetus within 3 months, they possess that child after born. Or stay with that child when he born and he have autism. And wallahi, I know this because I treat people like that. And one time I saw a research done by somebody in UK. They find out the autism children, they have a problem when they are inside the womb of the mother. Yeah. So autism caused by jinn. The panic attack is caused by jinn. Protect yourself and your families and your children. Take the matter serious. And if you have a problem, try to deal with. Don't ignore it. And I don't say don't go to doctors. Go to doctors, but don't consider them the only solution. No, there's another solution. And that's the solution. The first you go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you put your trust on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will never ever disappoint you. And I will tell you something. The first ibadah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran. What that? Anybody knows? The first ibadah Allah mentioned in the Quran. Before you start reading the Quran, what do you say? What do you do? You say a'udhu, right? A'udhu. A'udhu, that's isti'adah. Right? Billah, a'udhu billah. The ba is ba al-isti'ana. Al-isti'adah wal-isti'ana, that's how you start the Quran, right? Where do you finish? What do you say, the last? قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ. The same thing. You start with isti'adah and isti'ana. You finish, you end up with the isti'adah and isti'ana. What the meaning of isti'adah and what the meaning of isti'ana? They are the same. Different action. Isti'ana, you asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for help to do things. To help you to do things. Anything you want to do, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help you to do it. Dunya or deen. Dunya or deen. You start anything. You say, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help. You say Bismillah. That means you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help, for help. You try for the lady, if you start cooking, you say Bismillah before you start cooking. You have a job, before you start writing down things, or you're fixing cars, or whatever job you do, you say Bismillah. That's, you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for help. Wallahi, if you do that, you will see the easiest in that things, and the barakah, the bless, you will see it. You will see it. And isti'adah, the same thing. You seek help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to push away anything you don't like. For the same thing. Isti'ana, asking help to do things. Isti'ada, asking help to push things away from you. Anything bothering you in life, related to deen or dunya, try that. You say, A'udhu billah. A'udhu billah from that things. You know, the other day I saw somebody collect all the things the Prophet ﷺ makes isti'ada from, more than 70 things in life. You don't like somebody, you say, A'udhu billah from that person. Right? Anything you scare from, you don't like, or you think you will have a problem from that, you say, A'udhu billah. You ask, make isti'ada, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for help to push that things away from you. Wallahi, wallahi, if your life, you make your life between isti'ada and isti'ana, wallahi, you will see the bliss in your life. Every single thing you do, you will see the bliss of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell you before you start reading the Quran, you say, yeah. And the Prophet ﷺ, when he's facing things, always he say, A'udhu, right? A'udhu from this, or A'udhu billah from this, or A'udhu billah from that. For you always keep in mind, anything you start do, you say, Bismillah, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for help. That's why the old book before, you see in the front, in the top, Rabbi yassir wa a'in, always. Because if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't help you in that things, this will become difficult and there is no barakah in it, no matter what. Always asking help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for anything you want to do, and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help you to get rid of things they don't like or give you a problem or give you a hard time. So that's very, very important. And if you have a problem, you always, before you go to anybody, you think that person you go seek help from, for anything, you think he's capable to help you in that matter more than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Not. That's why our weak iman make us doing this. We always have hope in people and we forget Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one He has power on all these things and control it. So you always make dua. How much will cost you? You put your head in the sujood. Wake up half an hour before Fajr. You come to the mosque between the Adhan and Iqama. The Prophet ﷺ say, الدعاء لا يرد بين الأذان والإقامة. الدعاء لا يرد. Any kind of things you want, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before the Adhan and Iqama. Before Fajr, half an hour before Fajr, raise your hand, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala anything you have a problem with. Before you go to this guy or that guy, or no, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is no impossibility dealing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The last hour, the last 10, 15 minutes before Maghrib and Friday, the same thing. All these times, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the dua. Not only that, if you have a problem and that problem cause you feel bad about it or give you a hard time, anytime, because you are muttar, you are under pressure. You don't have to wait for this best time to make your dua. Anytime you make dua, but make it sincerely from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If I tell you somebody has power in anything and you go to him and he will grant you everything you're asking for, yeah, you write down everything you want. You go to him because you think he will deliver in that matter. Allah is more than that. Yeah, you have to have trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you have to believe and you have faith. And the shaitan always push you away from these things. But please, you are a Muslim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala choose you from millions and billions of people. Allah bless you with Islam. Nobody of you go to his knees and raise his hand, oh Allah, guide me to Islam. Because I think all of you are born Muslim. Allah give it to you without asking. People all over the place looking for that. You get it without anything, without any effort. Allah give it to you. But you should appreciate what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you and use it and have hope and trust Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You don't have to, when you say the dua, you don't have to say it in Arabic and good English or good Somalis. It doesn't matter. What you have in your heart, say it. Allah knows. But you have to say it. You have to say it from the heart before you say it from your lips. All the convert people who convert, go and write convert to Islam on YouTube and watch these videos. You find people, different race, different background, different religion, come to Islam. 90%, all of them, they have a common point, all of them. They lost hope in everything in their life, and they make the call sincerely to the Creator. Some of them, they say, oh God, if you are exist, guide me. And Allah guide them. Because the call, the dua, goes sincere from the heart. Those people, when they make dua, they don't even believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah answered their dua. You think you are the one, you say La ilaha illallah and you pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you think Allah will reject you? Ever. But you have to ask. Some people, they are praying like you hit them with the electrical shock. Fast. Why you hurry about any? Why you hurry? Why you want to rush to pray and you go to catch something? You think that things you want to go as it's not under the control of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Yeah, when you make your sujood, you put your hand on the ground, anything you bothering you, anything you want, doesn't matter, dunya or deen, where you are in that point, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah will give it to you. No doubt. But the sihr is a serious matter. And they say prevention better than cure. Protect yourself, your family from these things before you get hit by it and you look for treatment. And take the matter serious. Teach your kids the adhkar, your wife, yourself. Make attention. Always treat this matter as serious. Adhkar is very, very important. If you say it, nothing will happen to you. Allah will protect you. No matter what they send sihr to you or they try to harm you, you always be protected because you put your trust on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah will never fail you. And this topic, I don't think any one of you heard any khutbah Jum'ah or dars about this topic. How you protect yourself, your family, or how you know you have a problem or not. Because most of the people, they're scared to talk about it. Or some of them, they say, no, it's not true, it's not. Some of them, they don't even believe in it. Wallah, it's a serious thing. That's why I don't answer calls. I don't go to anybody's. So many people they have a problem. And I never ever dealt with a person and I stop there. If I deal with one person, a family, I have to go through all the family because all of them have a problem. That's my advice to you, brothers. And I want you to take this matter serious. Protect yourself. And the third part is the evil eye. Evil eye, al-ayn, it's another problem. The evil eye can happen from good people, bad people, and the same thing. But if you protect yourself, nobody will harm you. Not everybody has evil eye, but a lot of people have. Some people, they say, brother, I don't have anything to worry about. I'm a simple person, I don't have anything. No. People are envy you, jealous from you for things you don't think it's really matter, but they are jealous from you. Your children, they are good in school, or they listen to you, or you have a good car, you have good job, good wife. People are jealous. Yeah. If your wife put the picture, oh, we went to this restaurant, my husband bring me this gift. Yeah, there is another woman who will be jealous from that. And if those women has the envy eye, they will hate you. I have a brother, he has a son, plays soccer, and one time he played soccer and he make a very nice save. He put his video on the internet. Second day, the child fell down and broke his arm. And I told him, I warned you. I know people, they want to share their happiness with others. Like I said, you have to choose who you share your things with them. Not everybody will be happy when you are happy. Not all of them. You choose who you share your information, your happiness, your sadness, anything. You choose. Don't share it with anybody. Don't make it public for everybody to watch, to see. What's you gonna gain out of that? Nothing. Nothing. Yeah, evil eye is there. It can happen from the Hafid of the Quran, from an Imam, from a good Muslim. Yeah, if he has the evil eye, yeah, he can. It can. But protection. Protect yourself. Yeah, if you say the dua in the morning, where you go, nothing will harm you. No evil eye, no sihr, no shaitan. Nobody can harm you. Nothing. Wallahi, I have a tons of story. If I start saying this story until, the morning, I will never finish. I'm not going to tell you something I heard. No, something I dealt with. Yeah. But this matter is serious. Evil eye is serious. The sihr is serious. The jinn is serious. Clear all the sins, the problem, the things can bring jinn to your house. Pictures, music, all these bad things, statues, picture for your grandfather, your grandmother, your daughter, whatever, these things. What's a joy you put your picture in the wall? What? You have a music all the time in your car, in the house. The music will bring the jinn to live with you. Trust me. It will. And if they live with you, wait for it. They will cause you a problem sooner or later. Magic, the same things. Protect yourself. Don't tell me I am a good person, I don't have enemy. No. And sihr, I saw mothers make sihr to her children. Children make sihr to the mother. They make sihr to the father. I have a brother, his father makes sihr to him, to his son. And between brother and sister, that without question. And the aunties and the khala and the amma and all these kind of things all over the place. I know people done sihr to the people who compete with them in a business. Halal store, he find the sihr in the front of the door. They hang it in the front of the door. Somebody spray water in the front of the door of a shop or business. Yeah. They put in the cars. Yeah. They send it to you. They give you a gift to keep it in the bedroom. A watch, flowers, any kind of things. Yeah. People, family broken, divorced because of sihr. But protect. Protection, and this very simple protection. Keep the adhkar on, memorize them. Now there is an app you could download on phone. If you just write adhkar in the Google Play, Google Store, you find tons of apps. If you cannot memorize them, download the app. You read it from the app in the morning. When you go out, you read them. And the same thing. A week or two, you memorize them, and it's become a habit. And you will see the bliss in your life. You will see what these adhkar do to your life, to your wealth, to your health, to your kids, everything. And you always under the protection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nobody will harm you. Even if they put sihr in your food or your drink, send it to you, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Unless you forgot. And if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His qadr, His will, Allah wants you to get suffered by that, yeah, it will happen. But not all the time. You do your best. But if the qadr Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will hit you. You know the hadith, بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. I hope everybody memorize this. If you say it in the morning, the Prophet ﷺ says, if you say this dua 3 times in the morning, nothing will harm you all day. And if you say it evening, that means after Asr, nothing will harm you all night. Very simple. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. Very simple. But you get protection all day. Not only from jinn, brothers. Wallahi, from accident, from the police, from anything in your way. You're protected, guarantee. Not from me, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One time, one of the people who narrate the hadith, his name is Aban. This hadith narrated by Uthman radiallahu anhu. This brother, Aban ibn Sa'id ibn Uthman. The Prophet ﷺ said, A man, he has a problem. He has paralyzed, half of his body paralyzed. One time he mentioned this hadith to somebody, and that somebody, when he listened to hadith, he looked to him like, come on, you tell me this will protect you all day and you have this kind of sickness? He told him, listen brother, wallahi the hadith is sahih, but one day I forgot to say it, because the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will go. And he forgot, yeah, it happened. But if you do your best, Allah will protect you. That's the norm, right? But the exception always happen. If there is no sickness, nobody will get sick. Yeah, nobody will die, like Sheikh Al-Walid rahimahullah says. Yeah. But you do your best, protect yourself, protect your family, protect your belonging. When you leave your house in the morning, say, أستودعكم الله الذي لا تضيع ودائعه, to your family, to you what left behind. If your kids going to school, you say, أستودعكم الله الذي لا تضيع ودائعه. You left your car, you say, أستودعك الله الذي لا تضيع ودائعه. You left your jacket, say, أستودعك الله الذي لا تضيع ودائعه. Wallahi, if you do that, nothing will happen to that things you left behind. Not because I said, because the Prophet ﷺ says, إن الله إذا استودع شيئا حفظه. And all these dua is a form of ibadah. When you say these dua, you do an ibadah. You do an ibadah. So you get ajr, you get reward for that, because you show Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you totally depend on Him in every single thing in your life. And the same things, you get protection from all these things we talk about. So please, the matter is serious, and no community is immune. Don't tell me, oh, my family, the people I know, alhamdulillah, we don't deal with sihr. Nobody. No. Don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself. Wallahi, no country, no Muslim country, you would ever think about it. I dealt with people who have problem. And they are everywhere. Especially the triangle. Sudan and Somalia and Ethiopia and Eritrea and Yemen. That's the worst. That's the worst. I call it the triangle of sihr and problem. They have sihr, they inherited from generation to another. Yeah. Somebody told me in Sudan, long time, the magician in the road, they give you sale, they give you discount. If you come to him, don't go to the other guy, I give you discount to do sihr to you. Wallahi. Does not mean other country don't have problem. They have. Every country have problems. They have magician. And if you follow YouTube, you will see how many magicians they catch in Libya lately, last 2 months or 3 months. Yeah. And most of them, they say, we learned sihr in 2016. There is a lady, she thought, I learned sihr 2019. It's very, because she can go to the internet and learn about this. And there is no sihr without price. All of them, they have to do price. That's why sihr is kufr. And I warn people, I hope nobody here and nobody listen to me, he go to a magician, ask him for sihr. Because if you go to that magician, ask for sihr, you commit kufr action. You commit kufr. The sahir is kafir. There's no doubt about it. He's done. Because he will never ever become a sahir until he commit some kind of kufr you will never believe. And if you go to ask this magician to do sihr to you for a reason or another, you commit action, kufr action. Why? Because when you go to that person asking him to do that things, you believe that person can benefit you or harm somebody. That's the attribute from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You make him equal to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You think he can benefit and he can harm. That's a shirk. That's a kufr. Don't fool yourself. And some women, they say, okay, I do sihr to my husband, prevent him to marry another woman. Or make him love me and not love anybody else. I don't do sihr to harm anybody. Don't fool yourself. Because you treat that person you went to like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because you think he can benefit you and he can harm others. That's a shirk. It's obvious. Don't do that. And if you've done that in the past, yeah, you have to commit tawbah. It's a major sin. The sihr is one of the major sin. The Prophet ﷺ, mubiqat al-sab'a. Second thing after shirk, sihr. Don't fool yourself. And sihr doesn't bring you any happiness or anything good. If you want something, call Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's the one can give you what you want. If that thing is good for you. Sometimes the things you're looking for or you're asking for is not good for you. That's why there is istikhara. You make istikhara about anything. Everything you want to do, small or big, because you don't know it's good thing that things you want is good or bad. So you make istikhara. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if it's good things, it's good for you, make it easy. And if not, you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to take it away from you. But don't go to another person asking him. You go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And more you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you see the result, you see the blessing in your life. I hope you get the message. Yeah, inshallah, I'm finished, alhamdulillah. Please, take the matter serious. Anybody has a question or anything, I'm open to answer as much as I can, inshallah. And if anybody has a problem, he know somebody has a problem, talk to Sheikh Abu Bakr. And I try to help as much as I can. Inshallah. جزاكم الله خير. سبحان الله سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. If anybody has a question